Hey Tribe, welcome to your Yoga Fundamental Flow number 9. Congratulations for making it this far. In this flow, we're going to explore all things Warrior 3, which is great for core strength because of the asymmetrical load, balance, flexibility, focus, stability, all of the above. Very powerful pose. And the Sanskrit for the name is Virabhadrasana. I'm mangling the language, but that's okay. And I'll give you a little bit of background as we go along. We're going to get started right away on the floor, exploring the leg positions you're going to need for this particular pose and the core strength you're going to need. Let's start by tracking the hips. I want you to turn your pinkies slightly inward because when you're in this pose, you're going to want to make sure your hip is nice and closed and not open. So track your heels across the mat, knees to the chest, and then extend the legs straight up. See if you can flex the toes and then track the heels against the mat again, and 2 more times. So as you know, we go through each of these movements. This is your prep pose 3 times, and then we hold the highlighted asana. So just track the heels, drag it, pull the toes back towards the nose, drag it again, keeping the pinkies relatively parallel. Last one. And this is a good way to actually free up the hip because you're going to feel maybe some snap, crackle, and pops in the hips. And on the last one, extend both legs straight up, pull toes towards nose, look at your feet, and then make sure that you're actually pulling back so much that your heels are kind of flexing, squeezing the quad. If you got a hyperextended knee, then you can keep a soft micro bend in it, holding right here, bend both knees, and then straighten both legs. So now that you got an idea of the leg action, we're going to track the other foot, and then you're going to end up basically in a floor Warrior 3. So track your right knee in and extend the leg straight up and then lower down. 2 more on the right side. So track, keeping the pinky parallel, the hip closed, extend it straight up. You're going to feel a stretch in the hamstring and then just brush it down. And if you're into Pilates, this is essentially your leg brush. We have 1 more dynamic style. Extend the leg and then straight down. And last one, we're going to hold for about 2 breaths. If you can't straighten the leg, all good. Or if you got to angle it to go a little more shallow, that's fine. Pulling the toes back, squeeze the core, palms flat, and then lower straight down. Right to the left side, so drag, track, extend, and then brush. Feeling the hip, make sure it stays closed so the hip is pointing straight up. Pinky is slightly turned in, track it, and then extend. You're going to feel your core engage as you lower the leg down. Imagine brushing up and away. Track it, knee comes in, leg extends straight up, flexing the foot. You're going to feel a stretch in the hamstring and then lower down. Last one, and we're going to hold for about 2 breaths. Extend up. This is essentially the position you're going to be in Warrior 3, where the shoulder, the hip, the knee, and the foot is going to be in one line, and this leg is going to be balancing you. Lower it straight down. Core challenge on your last little prep warm-up. You can bring the hands behind the head. You're going to track both knees in. Extend both legs straight up and out. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, head and shoulders peel off the mat. Just 3 on the right and then 3 on the left. Lower down. Squeeze the core. And then brush it back up. So in this pose, which is Warrior 3, you're going to need to engage the core a bit more because of the load on the body. It's going to be an imbalance. You're balancing on 1 foot, which is going to make your core fire off a bit more. Let's go right to the left side just 3 times just to feel. Modification, you can always go shallow, or you can always drop the head back, but if you're in C curve, head and shoulders lifted. Last one. And then challenge, lower both legs. Hold for 3. Option, extend the arms for 2. And 1, cross the ankles, roll it straight up. So that was your leg positions in Warrior 3, the core engagement, and you know the alignment. Shoulder, hip, knee is going to be in one line. Bottom leg is balancing you. Let's get into it. I was just about to stand up. Let's roll over and come into tabletop position. We're going to explore Warrior 3 From warrior one, low lunge and crescent lunge, let's start off in downward facing dog. Press the hips straight up and back, hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. You can pedal the knees out a little bit. And again, we're gonna move through this dynamically 3 times and then hold the highlighted asana, keeping a closed hip in our down dog. From the down dog, go right into 3-legged dog. Big inhale, closing the hip. As you exhale, right foot is going to go really close to the right thumb. Sneak the back leg in a little bit. We're going to do more than 45 degree with the warrior one. So pinky's almost parallel. Inhale, reaching up. Arms reaching high to the sky. In your warrior one. Big inhale here. As you exhale, hinge. Coming into your arrowhead warrior. Breathe. Hands come towards heart center. Lean forward. Left knee. Meet your right knee coming into Shiva squat. Give me 1 pump here. Option to straighten the leg all the way, soft bend, and then extend the leg straight back, lower than hip level. Keep a bend in the knee, hands to heart center. Straighten the leg one more time. As much as you can, soft bend in the knee and then step straight back into your warrior one. Big inhale. 2 more times on the right side. Use your core. Exhale, torso, almost parallel with the mat. Hands come to heart center. Left knee behind the right knee. So you're already in a nice hinge. Stamp down, grab the floor with the right big toe. Straighten the leg once. Soft bend in the knee. Extend the leg straight back. You don't have to go too high. You just want to feel what it feels like to straighten the leg lower than hip height. Straighten, pump the lead leg, and then bend the knee again, and then reach up. Your leg is going to start activating, but this is your reprival from that, or reprieval. So breathe. Last time dynamically. Big inhale. Open up the chest. Exhale. You have to hinge. Send the chest forward, and then hands come to heart center to sneak the back leg in. Modification, you can always plant the toe down, pump the leg once, soft bend in the knee, and you're going to find your leg is firing balance, but because your legs are close together, it's easier than when you extend it back. Keeping the soft bend in the knee, leg is lower than hip height, pinky is pointed parallel, and then pump one more time, soft bend, inhale, reach up. All right, this time through, we're going to hold each highlighted asana for about 2 breaths. When you have the arms overhead, going into warrior 3, it'll be much more difficult. Bringing the hands to heart center is a way for you to decrease the load on the body, but we do have to get used to it. So hinge, keep both feet flat. Now bring your hands to heart center. Sneak the back leg in. Find your balance. Grab the floor with your big toe so the arch lifts, and then pump once. Strengthening the hip and the balance that you're going to need when you actually do the full expression. Extend the leg back, soft bend in the knee. For all my functional fit heads, this is like single deadlift. Inhale, reach back. Stepping right into your chair pose. Alternating right side, left side. So one good way to double check if your chair is low enough, take your fingers, brush the floor as if there were water on the floor and you're flicking it up. Lengthen the tailbone down. We're just going to alternate back and forth. Exhale, breathing. One-legged chair. 2 more sets. Woo! And you'll find that dynamic shift is going to light up your core. Last one, we're just going to lift and hold. So because of my leg lifting, it's going to cause your stabilizers to fire and your core to activate because it's trying to outwork this instability. And then step down. So now we're just exploring the different positions of the leg being lifted so that our body has no surprises when we go for the full expression. Come back down, take a big inhale, reaching up. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back. 1 vinyasa, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing. If this is too intense early in the practice, I get it. Ooh, maybe just low cobra. And no more woos from here on out. Tuck the back toes, downward facing dog, feet hip width, toes slightly pigeon-toed. Pressing into the thumb and middle finger. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. As you exhale, left foot's going to go close to the left thumb, so it's more wide. And then the back foot, I want it more than a 45-degree angle. So let's say it's 30-degree, almost parallel. Warrior One you know because you've been working your way up to fundamental flow number 9. So you know your arms are up, hips and shoulders are square. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, your core is going to